See if you can hear. What was that? We are live. We are live. We got we did a different setup, couch setup tonight. What's up? Say something. So I want to see if we can hear you through TV. Sure. It was working earlier. Hold on. I just got to fix it. 2 seconds. I think I've got something. We got
Oh, Preston. Hello. Preston, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Bryson. Bryson. Hello.
Wait. I just heard you say something again.
Hey, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes.
Okay. What was that?
oh my god.
He's getting pissed. His boys.
All right. So you can hear us. You're good. Hear us.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Make sure before I sit my ass down. All right. Sit down.
Oh, let's go.
Wow.
Fuck yeah. One sec. Okay. I just need to minimize this. Display settings.
Hey, you can't hear yourself twice, right?
No.
Okay. I just want to make sure you can't hear yourself, or you can't hear us twice, or something, or sounds bad. We'll find out if it goes. It shouldn't be able to hear you through the mic at all. Mic's not.
Boy.
Well, how do I fucking change this? I haven't had an issue with this since.
Letting you know we're on Facebook and YouTube, so that's why whatever you say, if your grandma sees it, or not your grandma, excuse me, anybody sees it, your parents see it, you know
Damn,
what
that's
I meant.
messed up.
I meant like you could have another grandma. I didn't mean it
That's
like that.
messed up,
You know,
man.
that's not what
Damn.
that is not what I meant. You make me
Ladies
feel
and gentlemen, that's messed up, bro.
that's not what I meant. That's not
Damn,
what I
man. You
meant at
think
all.
you know somebody? Hey, do y'all know how to check or change
Can you hear that?
multiple screens? Yeah, I can hear that.
It just freaked him out. It just freaked him out.
Freaked you out.
No, you like face. That was funny. What were you
I'm
saying?
trying to
What?
I'm trying to figure out my display settings. I have this like setup where I've got two other monitors plus this, and it's showing me just the same monitor all three times. I know there's a way you can make it 1, 2, 3 because I have it at work and I have it set up on this one on my work computer, but this computer won't let me multiple screens.
Oh, give me a second. Give me a minute.
What about chat? You got to pull that. Is that gonna be on your laptop? Okay.
Was week 6, right? So we sound clear and everything. Everything you hear?
Yeah, there's like a weird noise in the back, but everything else is fine.
What do you mean weird noise in the back?
I don't really know how to explain it.
I don't understand. Like, what does it sound like? Like a fan
Bip,
blowing?
bip,
Or?
bip, 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 bip.
That noise I was telling you earlier.
That's not good. Beeping. Beeping. Okay. Great. Sounds like a what?
Clear. Preston, would you rather have the Phillies or Marlins?
I want Philly.
I have to agree with you.
All right,
I
I'm gonna
want
try.
to.
Some. Tell me if you can.
Go ahead.
Tell me if it's. Tell me if it goes away. I'm sorry. Does it go away? Does
It's the
beeping go
exact
away?
same. I don't think anybody else can hear it. I think it might just be
No.
the
no,
microphones. Yeah, but why does it say 1 through 3? I don't want 1 through 3. I want all freaking 3 of them to be
Right now.
different.
Still beeping.
Still there. It's incredibly annoying. I don't know why this isn't working.
Still beeping. Can you hear us?
Yeah, but I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Dummy. So stupid. I don't know why this is not allowing me to change my display settings here. I was really excited to try and be able to use this new monitor setup just for this too. But I've literally seen myself 3 different times.
What about now? Still beeping? Just curious. I'm just gonna try it.
No, actually, it's gone.
Are you lying to me, or are you just telling me
Nope.
that?
Being
Like you're
dead
lying to me.
serious. I'm not lying to you. Would you like me to go ask my grandmother?
You're such an asshole. You're such an asshole. Hey, is the beeping gone, Newsom? Anybody on Facebook, YouTube, beeping gone?
Preston, that guy that's
We're
at
about to
bat.
record for
Do
the
you wish he's
podcast.
back with us or no?
But wonder if the beeping's gone.
Nah, not really. We've got the same thing in Marcelo Zuna than we have in Jorge Soler.
Beeping's gone.
Yeah, he's got.
You guys
I know
click
he's got a
something
lot
on
of
thing,
hit
I think
power.
All right, we're about to get started with the podcast. Just doing college football tonight. So if you do join,
Sit him down, son.
we're gonna try to do this setup from now on. I don't know how it's gonna work. But,
Yes, sir, Ski.
who's Brace playing? Brace playing or who's
No,
playing?
nobody's playing. Braves won't play till the 7th.
Saturday.
They're either facing the Marlins or the Phillies. And I want
If
the Phillies.
if the Phillies win tonight, we're playing the Phillies. If the Phillies play tonight, we handle the Phillies.
That should be no problem for us. None.
All right.
I really don't think we can.
Gone.
I don't think we're gonna. We might lose a game in Philadelphia, but I think we win. I think we win.
I have to agree.
3-1. You're pretty kitty. Look at the pretty kitty. Yes, you're pretty kitty. She's been
All right, here we go.
stuck up in the apartment all day.
Here we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the College Football Weekly Matchup, week number 6. Had a great week of college football like usual. Had some big games going on. Obviously, Bryson may not be too happy, but he's here. Josh not with us tonight. He's working, I guess, on the baby. The baby's about to be on the way. Everybody knows he was about to have a baby. Look at it. There he is. Hold on. We got timeout. We got Coach Hayes in the building.
There we go. Welcome back, Coach Hayes. Welcome back. Long time no see.
Coach Hayes.
Apple Podcast, baby.
Coach Hayes in the building on the podcast. Let us know how the mic sounds or whatever. If anything sounds off, them testing this the first week. So I tried to do a couple things trying to test this, but let us know how it sounds. I'm going to listen to it.
I think Coach Hayes could have caused a better plays for us this week. I guarantee that.
Yeah. But let's get Preston. You're with us tonight. Obviously, Josh not here, but you guys had a okay win over Syracuse. How was your week?
Okay win. We're
going to say okay win.
I'm not ranked. I mean, we beat an undefeated Syracuse team on the road.
Oh God, here we go.
And we look pretty good, man. We really did. We look really good on defense. That was a defense I've been expecting really all season. And we've, our defense hasn't been the reason that we've lost 2 games. To be completely honest, our defense is the reason we've kept those 2 games respectfully as close as they were. Offense, pretty decent. I mean, nothing to knock your socks off, but Cade really didn't make a lot of mistakes and really kind of turning into more of a game manager, not a game winner. But besides that, dude, I was in Atlanta for all of Saturday. I played golf, had an early tee time on Saturday morning. So I didn't get to sit down and watch our game at all. I was like the first half I was watching it, like listening to it. Then I finished it on the way up to Atlanta. I got to watch the Georgia game, the second half in Atlanta, all the late night games, all those late afternoon games. Let me tell you, man, it was a lot of fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. That was probably the most fun I've had all week or all season watching football. And I only watched like 6 or 7 games. I arguably watched the least amount of football, and I had the most fun watching it because, I had a full day, but it was awesome. I was, huge Auburn Tigers fan, and, it was a lot of fun. And then, it was a great nightcap.
I mean, I'm being honest with you. Georgia needs to go ahead and lose. We'll get into that in a minute, but I want to. They need to get some motivation behind them.
Can I say something real quick though? Can I say something real quick?
What you got?
Let's freaking go Wildcats! Take that, Bryson. That's all I got to say, man. Yes, sir.
I know he was holding that one back all night. I'm going to go ahead and get my part out the way. I mean, nothing new for us. Kentucky's our kryptonite, and I was expecting that to happen. We came number 5th in the nation in all total defense coming in that game, and we did not show it one bit. Mertz was throwing it a double or triple coverage. I don't know what his problem was. Could get the run game going. Kept on getting penalties. It's just every time we play Kentucky, it's always a close game, or they play like an NFL team. It's ridiculous. But besides that, had a great weekend watching the football with the boys. I know the LSU and Ole Miss, that was a nice game. That was a big shootout. But besides that, go Wildcats.
Yeah, go Wildcats. I hear you. You already rooting for them. We got Coach Hayes still. Coach Hayes says good to be back and install some wing tee for Florida. That's what Coach Hayes says.
Yeah, well, I'll explain a little bit of that when we get into the recap. But yeah, I'm ready.
Gotcha. Well, Alabama had a big week for Josh, as we know. Sorry if I just hit the mic. I'm getting used to this. But Alabama had a big week for Josh. Had a good week. Preston, I meant to ask you, are you going to the Notre Dame-Clemson game?
I think I might be out of town that weekend, actually. If I'm in town, I'm going to it.
Gotcha. Okay. Good to know. I found out somebody was going today. Yeah. Someone, a big friend of the show.
Oh, you talking about your cousin?
Yeah. Just curious. I saw you posted on Facebook.
App State, baby. App State.
I was just curious if you were going. But yeah, let's get into some of the games here. We'll start it off here with Bryson's team. Kentucky, dominating Florida 33-14. Obviously, the run game, I believe Ray Davis almost broke a record. Couldn't stop him. Seems like every time he ran the ball. Bryson, thoughts on Florida and thoughts on the Wildcats?
Like I said earlier, 5th in the nation in total defense coming in that game. I don't know what happened. We played good against Tennessee. We played decent against Charlotte, and then Kentucky. We just fold. Billy Napier, we got to quit running the Sunbelt plays. I mean, Ricky comes in motion, handoff. Ricky comes in motion, handoff. We ran that play about 10 times. Yeah, Ray Davis, 26 carries, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, I think it's all safe to say we can call him player of the week already. I mean, it was just ridiculous. Go give him the Heisman Trophy, too. Mertz went 25 for 30, 244 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Interception was a bad throw. It was just he shouldn't throw it in double coverage. Overall, I expect nothing less from us.
Yeah, I was the guy I picked Florida in this game. I had Florida on one of my parlays, and I highly regret it. Me and Bryson watched that game together. Wish I would have picked Kentucky. I think Florida was only one of my losses, or one of my losses on the parlay. So hopefully I can bounce back this week with that. But Preston, thoughts on this game?
That was. I didn't watch every single play of it, but man, I kept an eye on the score, and it seemed like they like Bryson says, it was just just mistakes. That score was more indicative of coaching gap, not so much on a player gap. It seemed like that was.
They ran the ball 20 yards about every play. It felt like Ray Davis was.
I mean, he was averaging like 22.2 yards. That's ridiculous.
He did break off a 98-yarder. Or whatever it was, but he was still. It just seemed like every time he got the ball, they could have scored with him again.
Yeah, we all went 1-4, and that was the only game I got correct. So,
dang, I thought glad because us three had the same picks. But yeah, we'll get in that second. Oh my God, I'm about to drop something. Let's go to the next game. Excuse me. Let's go to the next game. Georgia hanging on versus Auburn. Obviously, that was a great game. Georgia winning 27-20. Georgia somehow keeps finding a way to get it done. Brock Bowers had a great game. Probably pretty much saved us with some of those plays he made. Auburn, we couldn't stop the running quarterback. Quarterback seemed like every time they ran it with him, I mean, Georgia couldn't stop that. And obviously Auburn's got a decent defense, but Georgia is still hanging on, still staying undefeated. Bryson, thoughts on the Georgia versus Auburn?
I mean, yeah, close game. Like you said earlier, Thorne, had 92 yards on his carrying. I mean, y'all couldn't start the read option for nothing. It brought Bowers. I mean, my God, that one-handed catch and he saved y'all for that game. 157 yards, 1 touchdown. I'm still not set on Beck. I mean, there are some throws that y'all could have had easy touchdowns down the field, overthrowing them, underthrowing them. He went 23 for 33, 313 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I'm still not selling him. I'm saying from the get, he's not good. He's not y'all's answer at quarterback. But if it wasn't for Brock, y'all probably would have lost that game.
Yeah, Brock. I know they did call back that one-handed catch. That was ridiculous. So catch was crazy, and I believe we got a interception there towards the end, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to exactly remember. But Preston, thoughts? Any thoughts on that game? I know you were rooting for Auburn heavy.
Well, so Friday night I was sitting on the couch and that, and my buddy, texted me and was like, "Hey man, I got a ticket with your name on it for the Georgia Auburn game if you want to go." And if I hadn't already made plans to go to Atlanta and play golf that morning, I'd have been sitting in Jordan Hare, whatever you want to call it, right next to him, and he's a big Georgia fan. But there was just moments in that game where Auburn just seemed like they did everything right and they had nothing to really show for it. And then at the same time, it just mistakes. Like, how do you let Brock Bowers, the only guy on that team on offense, and I would sit, not saying that Georgia's offense receivers and other running backs are not like a solid threat and you have to keep an eye on them. Obviously you do. But when it's what was it, like early in the fourth quarter, you tied 17-17 or 10-10 or whatever it was. And it's like 3rd and 7. Who catches the ball for like 19 yards? Brock Bowers. You cannot let that guy get you in a gap. That is a guy you're watching it all the time. He is arguably the best pound for pound player in college football right now. The guy can just do it all at his position and then some. So let that guy beat you is an absolute mistake. Okay, that is the one guy on that team right now that you just take away. I don't care what you do. If you have to leave somebody, on an island, leave them on an island. But you don't let Brock Bowers beat you, and that's what they did. They let Brock Bowers beat him, and they found a way. And I've said it in years past, and I'm gonna say it right now. right now Georgia doesn't look great. To say that, if you're not saying that, you're an idiot. Okay, just plain and simple it is. But they're finding ways to win the games. 2016 when Clemson won a national championship, just not tying it in because I'm a Clemson fan. We had a lot of games like this. Okay, teams that you should win by 15, 20 points.
I agree with you, but it seems like every game, man. Georgia,
It is. It unfortunately is what it is.
championship
You're going to get everybody's best. You win 2 national championships. It doesn't matter who you're playing. Ball State, Kentucky, Alabama, Auburn. You're going to get everybody's best no matter what, especially because like I said, you got 2 in a row. They want to be the person to knock you off. Not saying that's what it was. Georgia made a lot of mistakes. They weren't playing as best as they could, but they're finding ways to win it. And at the end of the day, they're still undefeated. You can't take anything else away from them. It's not pretty, but they still got that number 1 next to their name right now.
And I believe they need to lose that number 1, maybe to give them some motivation. Either they need to lose or lose that number 1, just to give them some motivation. I mean, I feel like, something like that maybe can motivate the team. The only thing Georgia's got going for them is there's not that many great teams out there, I would say. So that's one thing Georgia's got going for them. I don't see no dominant team, and we'll see with, I guess, this weekend with the Red River Texas versus Oklahoma. I can't speak. Anyway, we'll see with that. Yeah, I can't. You say that 10 times. We'll see with that this weekend. See if Texas can, beat them down, or Oklahoma can, move on up. Obviously, but we'll have to see. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not a believer with Georgia. But I guess we'll see in the future this weekend as well with them, Kentucky, and they also have Ole Miss coming up, and then Missouri. So games that weren't great. I guess schedule wasn't great, but I mean, those are big games for them, and those are kind of big games now, and not that easy of games. I would say all of them are ranked teams now. Ole Miss is ranked, Kentucky's ranked, Missouri's ranked, depending on what happens this week. So we'll have to see. But next game, let's go. Notre Dame hanging on to defeat Auburn 21-14. What am I talking about? Duke, excuse me. 21-14. Night game. Obviously, we watched that one while we were watching the Ole Miss and the Tennessee South Carolina game. Preston, any thoughts on that one?
Man, I thought Duke was, I said it. I thought they were going to play very physical. I thought they were going to give it their best. They gave Notre Dame everything they wanted. I was looking really good to cash that plus 5.5, I think was what it was. Or no, yeah, 5.5, I think. And then right there with like 34 seconds to go, Notre Dame, hits that game-winning touchdown to go up 5. No, they're up. I think they're up by 1 or something like that at this point. Or no, they're up 5. They're up 5, and they go for 2. If they kick the field goal, I would have lost for the point after. If they go for 2 and don't get it, I cash at plus 5.5, I think what it was. And I went from very, very high to very, very low very, very quickly. Let's just put it like that. I hate it for the quarterback, Riley Leonard, to, go down like that. I was told that he has a severe sprain, not a break. So he's going to be out for a couple weeks. He should probably miss. I mean, more likely he'll probably miss until like week 8 or 9. And that probably is realistically a little early for him to come back. It's not a fun one to come back from. There's definitely going to be a lot of pain he's going to be dealing with throughout the regular season when he does eventually come back. It's not season ending. He will play. That they're one loss that doesn't affect them in the ACC battle. They're still, I think, the first or second team in the ACC.
Did they drop it all in the rankings? I didn't fully look at the rankings. How much
they didn't drop far, but I think they're in like 20s. They were 17. I think they're probably like 24. I mean, they lost at home versus a Notre Dame team that's really good. So, so they're now no longer undefeated, but they played really, really good. They definitely, got to step it up with the ACC, coming in. There's some really good teams, better than we thought they were going to be, like Louisville and teams like that. I do think they still play Florida State.
Louisville.
Undefeated, man. Undefeated and ranked. So
I'm ready for that one.
Yeah. But I mean, they thought they played great. Like I said, heartbreak for me at the very end, but sucks more for them for their quarterback being out.
So it looks like Duke stayed in the AP poll I'm looking at. Yep. It's at 19.
Like 19. I thought they were in the 20s.
They did. Yeah, I could be wrong. I mean, maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing, but looks like they stayed at 19. Forrest did say in the chat Bowers for Heisman. He did say that there. So shout out to Coach Hayes. If you do, we are recording for the podcast. It's going to be on Spotify. So if you do have any comments or whatever, just comment in the chat during the stream. Bryson, thoughts on Duke and Notre Dame?
Yeah, Esme had a decent game, 81 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Beast.
Watching that Leonard go down, man, that was scary. I ain't gonna lie, his leg and ankle just completely folding. That sucks for them. That's gonna be a huge loss. But yeah, Notre Dame's got to go by a big challenge this weekend. That's gonna be a good game. But I just hope Leonard gets a speedy recovery.
Gotcha. You can back it up just a hair.
Sorry
No,
about
I'm
that.
just letting you know. I'm talking about your mic. I'm saying if you want to back it up just a hair. Looks like you're. I'm just letting you know. I was just trying to help you
I
out.
dropped some bars on here. You know what I'm saying?
You asked me. I was just letting you know. But all right. Yeah. Obviously, big game there. One of the games I would love to saw Duke won. Obviously, even though I had Notre Dame on my parlay, which won me a little bit of money. So glad Notre Dame won. But it would have been cool to see Duke to keep going and possibly make a shot at the top 10. I guess I wouldn't say they would have any shot at going to the Final Four or anything. But it'd been cool to see them possibly make it inside the top 10 eventually. But let's go to the next game. LSU falling in a shootout to Ole Miss, 55-49. Well, I mean, a lot of points in that game. A lot of points. LSU's got all these star players on defense, and their defense doesn't look that great so far, I guess. Preston, any thoughts?
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to know who's paying those refs, because there was a play very, 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 very pivotal in the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken, that they deemed a touchdown. Was not a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. His foot was on the line when he gains the possession of the actual ball. He did not possess that inbounds. It didn't matter. LSU ended up losing the game anyways, but it shouldn't have been as close as it was. But I mean, like you said, absolutely just abysmal for the defense. Like I joked around. I was like, man, I don't know who these defensive coordinators are, but one of them might not have a job tomorrow. I mean, it was 21-7 or whatever it was, like halfway through the first, it felt like. I mean, there was no shortage of scoring there, and I get it. There's a lot of offensive talent on both of those teams. Both of those coaches are very, good with their offensive, mind and setups. But man, that was a Big 12 game from like 4 or 5 years ago. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed every second of it, watching it. It did seem like one of those games where whoever had the ball last was going to win the game. It was just an absolute shootout, and every season we seem to have one of those kinds of games in every conference, but it was nice to see it.
How about the game going on behind us? Phillies and who's Phillies playing?
Marlins.
Phillies and Marlins going on behind us. Playoffs. Bryce Harper.
Scoreless.
Is it game 2 or game 1?
This is game 2. If the Phillies win tonight, they play the Braves on Saturday.
Who won game 1? Phillies?
Phillies won yesterday, 3-1.
I'll be honest, I haven't kept up with too much baseball this year. I need to get into playoffs. I always like watching the playoffs. It's cool to see the Marlins and obviously, you don't want to see division rivals make it, but Marlins, Phillies, and Braves. If Mets were any good, that'd been cool. I don't know if it's possible for all of them to make it, but it's pretty cool to see all those teams make it. You don't see that very often. But let's get in. Bryson, any thoughts on LSU?
Well, I ain't got much to say. I mean, the stats on the quarterbacks this game was crazy. Jade Daniels, 27 from 36, 414 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jackson Dart, 26 for 39, 389 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, you just go down the list, and I mean, wide receivers, running backs, everybody was going off. It was a great game, great shootout, but if you took the over, you definitely cashed.
Yeah, definitely would have been a good over to take there. But next game, let's get into a couple of the other games that we had on the week. Tennessee handling Carolina, 41-20. I know somebody that was in Vegas that would have won a lot of money if that 12.5 would have covered, because he had all the other ones right. But sorry for my pick there. I apologize. But no, I did. I had a teaser, so I had him actually plus 22 with my teaser. I had a 10-point teaser, so I actually won that. Tennessee winning by 21 there. And then USC holding off Colorado 48-41. I mean, seemed like Colorado was going to come back there. Bama dominating Ole Miss 40-17. Preston, any thoughts on any of those games?
No, the Bama that was a weird kickoff for Bama. I mean, it was like 9 o'clock at Mississippi State. That just seems so late for that game. First of all, that was really the only thing I have to say on that one. They pretty much put it on them going forward. But yeah, I mean everything. I mean Oklahoma or not Oklahoma, but Colorado. Sorry, I went blank for a second versus USC. Yeah, I stopped watching it when USC was up big, and then like I got a notification and it said there was like a 7-point game. I was like, what happened here? But yeah, that's just pretty much it. There really isn't any. USC's been soft on defense for 5+ years. To say that I'm surprised would be an understatement. I mean I'm more surprised in a spotlight game like this that they let it get as close as they did, but I'm not surprised that they gave us many points.
Bryson, I know obviously, we were watching the Florida game during the USC Carolina, but we kept, it was 21-0 USC, I believe. And then all of a sudden, Colorado scored and then USC got ahead more and then Colorado scored. And all of a sudden it was a 2-touchdown game. All of a sudden we turned it towards to the end. Bryson, any thoughts on any of those games we mentioned right there?
And that game just proves to you, I think we all can agree on this. USC's weak point is their defense. Is always, from the get go. And Colorado proved that. That was pretty cool for Dion to get that comeback. I know somebody over here doesn't like Dion, but
I never said that.
But yeah, I mean that was a great game. Great comeback for Colorado. Tennessee, Carolina, another good game. I mean, when they were Carolina was up 10-7, and they got the interception. I think it ended the first or start the second. I thought they were going to keep the momentum going, but looks like they couldn't do it. Shout out to Stu. He was saying it's a trick-or-treat night in old Rocky Top. Happy Halloween. But that was a good game, though.
Speaking of Stu, where is Stu? Can you smell what Stu's cooking?
Yeah, Stu. Yeah, shout out to Stu. 190 points of fantasy this week, putting it on him. I sent him the link. He's at a Pee Wee football game at the moment, but
giving him hell.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's going crazy right now.
Yeah, but all right, let's get in to a couple more things. Obviously, I didn't have too many thoughts on that. Like I said, Carolina. I like the way Spencer Rattler's been playing this. That's the main game I watched out of those because they were all going around. But besides USC was going around the same time. But Carolina, I like the way Spencer Rattler has looked all season, but it seemed like he didn't have no time against Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee's defense has been a little bit better this year, and their pass rush has been good, and Carolina's offensive line obviously hasn't been good. So, but Carolina got out to an early lead, and then it seemed like they were going to take advantage, but Tennessee got away from them and kind of surprised me there. I thought it was going to be a closer game, but obviously it was in Knoxville too, so that couldn't help there. But let's get into the players of the week. Preston, player of the week. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go Jonathan Brooke, running back for Texas. Dude went off for 21 carries and 218 yards, 2 touchdowns, put the team on his back. Kansas ended up not being able to keep it any closer than that. They were out. Their quarterback was scratched last second in that game. Like I said, he really put that game on his back and, led his team to a victory there. Comfortable victory over Kansas and looking good with a lot of momentum going into the biggest game of the year for them.
Gotcha. Yeah, I did see Jonathan Brooks have a good game there. Bryson, who you got?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going Ray Davis. 26 carries, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. During that whole game, I felt like, we were watching, I can't remember what year it was, 14, 15. Davis. I mean, it was like the Alabama game. All you hear was his last name. I mean, man's a beast. I mean, he ran over our defense. I mean, what can you do? I mean, we were tackling out. I mean, we weren't tackling.
No, hold time out. You weren't tackling. That was the problem.
Yeah. I mean, we were playing 2-hand touch. We were playing like the new NFL Pro Bowl. That's what we looked like out there. I mean, it was ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, Ray Davis just ran over us.
Shout out to Samuel Wilkinson in the chat.
How about the General Lee, son? How about that?
Yeah. What's up, man? We are live for our podcast. So if you do join, this is going to be on Spotify, and it'll be reposted on YouTube as well, and Apple Podcasts. So check it out. College Football Weekly Matchup. Check it out on Spotify. Let's get into my player of the week. I went with, obviously, I'm probably not going to go with him much this season, but I had to do it one time because he had a great game. We'll see. I'm going with Brock Bowers from Georgia. 8 receptions, 157 yards, and a touchdown. And he made some catches I couldn't believe. So I went with Bowers. Obviously, I was going to take Ray Davis. Ray Davis could have had over 280 yards. He should have. It seemed like he had that early in the fourth quarter. But, I got to go with Bowers here. Bowers led us to the win, I believe. And
Georgia's savior.
Yeah. And he made – God, I wish that catch that he caught one-handed. I mean, that was ridiculous when that was called back. But, yeah, that's my player of the week. Does anybody got a rant for this week? I don't think I do. Besides Josh not being here because his kid's being born. I mean, come on now. No, I'm kidding. It was a joke. Shout out Josh. Preston, anything? No? Anything? All right, no rant this week. I had 2 last week, so I'm gonna keep it easy this week. But let's get into some of the games. We got 5 games. We do 5 games every week. We got a record. I believe I got sent the record here. Let me see here. I got the records. We had a very, very bad week last week. Looks like we all went. Did we all go 1-4?
Yeah, we all went 1-4.
We all went 1-4. This is. If you
Hope you
guys
did
were
not
here
bet your house on us.
Yeah. Now, if you guys were here at the beginning of the first 2 weeks, which you should have been, we were 12-0 on our locks of the weeks, I believe, or something like that.
Yeah, 2 weeks for 8-0.
Yeah, 8-0. We ended up 10-2. But yeah, we were hot. At least I was hot. I was smoking, and now we all went 1-4. It looks like Josh is down to 13-12. I am leading at 16-9. Preston, you got to make up. You got to make up. You are 11-14, and Bryson's respectable 14-11. So Bryson's right on my tail. A couple games back. It's gonna be interesting. So these 5 games can mean a lot here. So let's go to the first game. This is really our game of the week here. We usually don't start out with the first game, but it's at 12. I hate how this game's at 12 p.m. It kind of sucks getting such a good game, but we got Texas at Oklahoma. This may be a dumb question. Do they play? They don't have a neutral site for this game?
No, it's in the Cotton Bowl.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so Texas, Oklahoma. Texas favored by 6.5. Who wants to lead us off? Preston, we'll let you lead off first.
Yeah, man. I mean, Texas looked really good last week, grinding it out, towards that eventual pretty decent win versus Kansas. Oklahoma's looking pretty good right now, though. And I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's one of those games where Texas is probably going to win this game. I don't think it's going to be a very big spread between them. So I like Oklahoma to keep it close. I like them to keep it within a touchdown. So I'm going to take Oklahoma plus 6.5.
Bryson, who you got?
Oh, God, I hate to say it. Give me Texas. I think they're better than 2 teams. They've been playing great. God, I can't believe I was saying that. They've been playing great the past 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, hook 'em horns, baby.
I guess. Put me on them, I guess. Take a screenshot. Hook them, baby. Yeah, just give me Texas. I see Texas about 2 or 3 touchdowns in this one.
I don't know. We got a couple chats. Sorry if I missed them. We got Ryan Newsom saying the ACC refs in the Duke game were terrible. That's his rant of the week. Preston did mention that. Yeah, Preston did mention that for a minute. Yeah, obviously Ryan Newsom, Notre Dame fan, but they got the job done. I know, even though we had some bad refs in that game, and then we had Samuel Wilkinson saying my car generally. What was that even mean, Bryce? Any idea?
That's his car. I guess that's his car in the picture.
Okay.
Shout generally probably the best car in the world.
Gotcha. Well, let's get into my pick. This was tough for me. Very tough. I thought my phone died for a minute. I was about to cry. No, this is very tough for me. Obviously, Texas at number 3, Oklahoma at number 12. Oklahoma was last year. I said Oklahoma was not going to be in the top 25. I was right about that. Oklahoma was bad last year. But I don't know. I just feel like this is going to be a close game. Texas is good. Texas defense is really good. Obviously, they got the good running back. Quinn Ewers pretty good, but more on their defense. But I can't see this game. I mean, I could see it being a touchdown, but I don't know. I just think it's going to be somewhat close. Texas is probably the better team, but I think this is going to be a high score. I'm going to take Texas to win, but it's going to be 38-34. So I'm going to take Texas to win in a great game, great early game here. let's get into the next game. We got Saturday, 12 p.m. Also, we got number 23 LSU at number 21 Missouri. LSU favored by 6.5 as well. Bryson, leading off with you now.
Man, this is probably the toughest game for me this week. Missouri's been playing some good football. Haven't seen that in a long time, and LSU. Their offense, Jane Daniels, man, he's explosive. But I'm going with the Tigers in this. I'm sorry. LSU. Sorry, let me be a little bit more specific on that one. Give me LSU.
LSU. Bryson going to LSU. If you do join in the chat, make sure y'all comment. Let us know who you got in these games. This will be on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts and reposted on YouTube as well. So make sure let us know who you got. Missouri's been good this year. Missouri hasn't been bad. LSU, obviously, the defense hasn't looked too hot, but man, the offense has been there. Jaden Daniels been incredible. Neighbors has been really good. They got some players on the defensive side of the ball, but the defense hasn't been great. Missouri's at home here. I think both teams can score, but I'm going to go LSU coming off a loss. I got to go with LSU here. I'm going to go LSU to win 48-35. High scoring game. Preston, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to keep it short and simple. I like LSU plus 6.5. I think they're going to get the job done. It's tough to stop that offense, and I don't think, as well as Missouri's played, I don't think they're going to be able to do so. I think LSU's going to win the game outright. So plus points, awesome.
Gotcha. All right, next game. Let's go to Saturday, 3 p.m. Number 13, Washington State at UCLA. UCLA favored by 4.5 in this game. Kind of surprising. Weird line. Makes you think, they're going to compete in this game, in my opinion, but not sure. But I'll lead it off here since I haven't lead it off yet. I went with Washington State. I like Cameron Ward. Josh just sent me in this picks. Josh went with LSU minus 6.5. He just told me. That's what he just texted me. And then he said, "Tell Preston what is he?"
I said plus. Yes, I meant to say.
Know. Oh yeah, I wrote it down. I wrote it down earlier in the week wrong. Yeah, I gotcha. But yeah, weird line. Like I said, UCLA defense supposed to be pretty good. But like I said, I like Washington State. I like Cameron Ward. Okay, you guys text. But yeah, I like Washington State here. I'm going to take Washington State to at least cover the points here. We got a couple chats here. Samuel Wilkinson says he's in Mississippi. Shout out
Hotty toddy, baby.
Shout out to Mississippi. And then Ryan Newsom says LSU 35-17. So I hope it's not 35-17 because my lock of the week might be in trouble. Preston, who you got in this one?
Yeah, I'm going to take Washington State plus the 4.5 here. I think UCLA is one of those teams where I was a little higher on them a couple weeks ago, and then it's kind of teetered off. They're only 3-1 right now. They are the home team. Washington State just played slightly better, and I think that's going to get the job done here. With plus points, I feel confident they'll be able to get the job done here. So I think they're going to win outright as well. So, like I said, even better.
Gotcha. Bryson.
Yeah, I'm going Washington State. Washington State showed me they were the real deal last week when they beat Oregon State. That was a good game. I like Ward. Ward's a great quarterback. I think him and Kyle Williams, I expect him to have a good game. But I don't know what this line is. Kind of weird, kind of throwing off. Vegas knows something we don't, I guess. But
the Bruins ain't a bad team. They kept him. I know Utah didn't look great. Didn't win last week, but they're not a bad team. They have a good defense, like I said.
But I like Washington State. I think UCLA plus 4.5 is crazy in my opinion. But give me Washington State.
And I'll say the thing about UCLA is I think it's the quarter. I think that young quarterback, if I'm not mistaken, who I'm not a huge fan of, but we'll have to see. Maybe it'll be should be a good game though. There. Let's go to the next game. We are gonna go to. Here we go. Saturday, 7 p.m. We got number 20 Kentucky at number 1 Georgia. Georgia favored by 14.5.
Yikes.
Preston, who you got? 14.5. A lot of points for the Dogs who hadn't really beat nobody by too much. Feel like.
I don't know, man. It seems like you're trying to bait me into that one right there. Trying to tell me that,
You
oh,
know who
you
you
haven't beat a
want.
lot of
You know who you
teams. That's a lot of points.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is the mindset that I've had kind of going into it. Kentucky played pretty good. What have you done for me recently? I think Georgia wins this game. I think they probably win by 10. That being said, give me Kentucky plus 14.5.
Taking Kentucky. Preston taking Kentucky there. Bryson, who you got?
I'm going with Georgia. People think, well, Kentucky played good last week. Yeah, they only play good against us. You're coming to Athens at night, 7:00. That place is going to be rowdy. I don't think Kentucky's ready for that. I think Georgia wins this game easy, in my opinion. I think they finally turn around. I think it's their turning point of the season. Give me Georgia. I think Georgia by 3 touchdowns.
We got a stat from Josh here. We got a stat from Josh, who's usually on the podcast. Now I'm able to make it now. He says halftime scores against Kentucky under Kirby Smart. 2022 was Georgia was up by 9-0. 2021, Georgia was up by 14-7. 2020, 7-3. Georgia was up 0-0. So obviously it's been low scoring. 14-3. Georgia up 21-6, 13-14. So it seems like it's been somewhat close at the half. Yeah. As much as I am a Georgia fan, there's no way. I mean, there's no way I could take the dogs. I just can't do it. I just think it's going to be a closer game than that. I think Georgia wins like usual. I think they win this game. I just don't think they're good enough to beat this team by 14.5 points. I'm not huge on Kentucky. I know they got the running game, obviously, with Davis. But I just can't see Georgia winning this game by more than 14.5. I just can't see it. So I'm gonna take Kentucky there. Bryson, you went with Georgia?
I went with Georgia.
And Preston, you took Kentucky, correct? You took Kentucky, correct? Okay. Gotcha. All right, let's go to the next game. Hold on, somebody said something in the chat. TV on, Braves night. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
No, Braves are not playing tonight.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, Braves don't play tonight. All right, let's go to the next game. We're sticking. Notre Dame's been in this a lot. And
Shout out to Ryan.
Or they're going to be in it again. Saturday, 7:30, number 10, Notre Dame at number 25, Louisville. I've been high on Louisville. What's up? Are you all right? Uh-oh. Clay Rick, who's all right. Guys, I'm gonna throw this pick on there, but do not tell it because his picks have been cold. He just went forward, whatever in NFL.
4-12 last
4-12.
week. Shout out.
Kentucky money line. Woo!
That's bold.
I'll be honest. I might put a little bit on Kentucky.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I made a bet on it too. I ain't gonna lie to you. I made a bet on it. I picked Georgia. I did, but there's always that slight. You got that 99% confidence.
Yeah, but
you got that 1%. I did put that 1%.
Let me tell you something with Bryson. I'm not trying to go. Bryson's problem with betting. Bryson goes, he'll pick Kentucky, and then he'll pick all these underdogs. He'll pick every underdog there is. Be like, oh, if this hits, I win $1. I win $19 million. Bryson. All underdogs, it ain't gonna work like that. It ain't gonna hit. I love you. I said I think I'd love for you to win that money, but it's not happening.
It's not what's called a long shot. We're all playing. We don't want to work for a living. We all want to hit that one parlay that we ain't got to work for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Well, I also want to get my dollar Slim Jim that I don't have to pay for. That I don't have to spend my dollar for. So I'd rather not do that. And you pretty much lighting the dollar on fire.
Kentucky money line.
Wait. You eat Slim Jims?
Yeah. Besides the one, hey, don't go to the there's a rant for you. I ate a Slim Jim. I ate a Slim Jim in Harlem. One of the gas stations there. I forgot which gas station it was.
Pumpkin Center?
No. It's in the city of Harlem, like where they do the Oliver Hardy and stuff. But no. I think it was dry as shit. Both of them were, and I think it was old. It had to be. It was months old. I threw that thing away. I love Slim Jims, but it was disgusting. So that would be my rant of the week if I had one. That was pretty nasty. I couldn't eat it.
I think it's pretty nasty. You eat Slim Jims.
No, I love Slim Jims. Did anybody pick in this game? Notre Dame at Louisville. Who want Bryson? Lead us off.
Hey, give me first. I'll go first. I'm a Ryan. Give me Notre Dame. I don't think. I'm not really big on Louisville. I think Notre Dame, they've been playing decent. I mean, heartbreaking loss. We start off season, early, but Notre Dame, no problem.
We got a newcomer in the chat. We got I didn't see him. Taylor
Sharp.
Sorry if I put your picture up big. Taylor Sharp says
Georgia.
24-10 Georgia.
Yeah, I mean,
he's kind of biased though. I'm a Georgia fan too. Kind of biased. We'll see. I'm hoping Georgia.
that
I hope
spread.
you're right.
I mean,
I'm happy with the spread. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I mean that sounds like a good score. If Kentucky can't, maybe Kentucky can't score, and maybe Georgia, maybe it's 10-10 at the half, and maybe they do like they did against Carolina and don't allow them to score, and they come back and score a couple touchdowns. I could see it. I just think it's going to be a close game, but we'll see. I hope they win it 24-10. Sorry, Preston, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to roll with them as well. Give me Notre Dame -6.5 here. I just think they're able to get the job done. Louisville's exceptionally better than I thought they were going to be at the beginning of the season. And I think they'll have a fighter's chance in it going into halftime, but that spread's just a little too low for me. If there's a little more on that, I think I'd be a little more confident. I get it. Notre Dame's undefeated. Louisville's undefeated. And they're right there with them. But I do think that, talent's going to overcome the mentality here. And I think Notre Dame probably wins this game, probably closer to 10-12, maybe even 14 probably.
If this was me last year, I'll go ahead and give my pick. If this was me last year, I'd be slamming Louisville all day long. I'm a fan of Louisville. I'm high on Louisville.
Money line.
Louisville, I might even bet Louisville. I might do it. But I just can't do it here. Louisville's been, I don't know, Plummer's had some good games. He's had some bad games as well. Run defense has been good. Defense has been good. Like I said, I don't know. I just think Notre Dame. Are you all right?
Ooh, that picture just got hit. Sorry.
Oh, Bryce's back. Hey, if you're live, if you do join the podcast, you can watch the Phillies game right here. If you don't have cable, you just watch it behind Preston.
Yeah, I mean, we might get banned, but Mara's picture just got 8 up in the middle.
But yeah, as much as I want to take Louisville with my heart here, I got to take Notre Dame to win this game. Probably by 10 or so. Maybe a touchdown. I just don't see it being less than a touchdown. I got it written down. I got them winning 24-17. Notre Dame, somewhat lower scoring game. All right, let's go to the locks of the week. You got a lock of the week. Anybody? Bryson?
Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead, Preston.
Yeah, you know what? This is a little bit of a crazy one here. I mean, I don't think it's too terribly crazy. You got 2 undefeated teams in the Big Ten. You got Ohio State playing host to Maryland. Maryland's playing a lot of great ball. Talia Tagovailoa playing the quarterback over there for Maryland. Guy sits right behind me at work. He's a huge Maryland guy. He's from the area, big Maryland fan. And I think Ohio State, they were tested 2 weeks ago versus in Indiana versus Notre Dame. And I think that this game's actually gonna be a lot closer than the spread shows. The spread right now is 20 even. And I like Maryland to keep it within 2 touchdowns here. I think Maryland's gonna, be a big test for Ohio State here. So give me Maryland +20 at Ohio State.
Gotcha. Josh sending in his picks. So Preston's taking. What'd you say? I'm sorry. You said
Maryland +20.
Maryland +20. So Preston taking Maryland +20. If you guys haven't seen, we are going to put our locks in a parlay. So we do locks in a parlay. Like I said, we were hot at the beginning of the year, but wouldn't tell them right now because we are cold as ice, willing to sacrifice. I'm not going to sing the rest of the song, but anyway.
All right.
Bryson, go ahead and pick your pick.
Chris, he kind of foreshadowed my pick a little bit. Give me Washington State money line. They win this game, no problem. I mean, that line to me is just insane. They win this game two touchdowns at least.
You don't even want the points.
You give me Washington State money line.
Some plus money. That'll give some plus money. We'll see. We'll see if that lasts. So he's gonna go Washington State money line. I like that.
I want to do a little shout out to Preston and Preston right quick. All right, 2 weeks ago, me and Preston go 0-2. This past week, we go 2-2, and they go 0-2. Shout to me and Preston. If you want to win somebody, you should have listened to us last week.
I thought the week before we went. Oh, I thought it was y'all might have been.
We went. It was 2-2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I was just trying to. I was trying to think because I thought you guys beaten this the last couple weeks, but maybe it was this week too.
But yeah, Washington State money line. They win it. I mean, this line is foolish. 4.5. UCLA makes no sense to me. I mean, if I was Lee Corso, I'll be putting that head on right now.
Yeah,
That's
hold
how
on.
confident I am.
Josh is in the chat debating. He says, I did not miss my lock last week. I think you're thinking the week before last.
That's what I said 2 weeks ago.
Oh, well, first of all, we were here last week, so let's not talk about fucking 2 weeks ago. Let's talk about right now. We're in the moment.
We were here last week.
Bryson was not here.
I was
He's over
right.
here bringing up 2 weeks ago. That's why he was not here. So that's why you got me confused. That's why I was saying, yeah, that was 2 weeks ago. Okay, yeah, let's not talk about 2 weeks ago. What did we do last week?
We can talk about last week. I got mine correct. I took Oregon minus 27 over Stanford. They won 42-6.
Yeah, I think I got. Who did I take?
Mine pushed.
Mine was wrong. I think yours pushed. Who'd you have?
Clemson and Syracuse over in points, and they hit it right on.
They hit it right on. Who did I have? I'm curious. Josh, text me who I had the lock of the week. I can't even remember if you remember. Somebody look that up. But this week, I'm going to go. Josh is going with the under in Kentucky and Georgia.
Ooh.
And the over-under, if we can get that. Let me look it up. Give me 1 second. I got it. I had it pulled up. Arkansas +6. Yeah, that's why I lost. Yeah, that was terrible. I was going. My other one was going to be Kentucky. South Carolina. So yeah, my picks were terrible last week. What time's that game? 7:30. 7:30. The over/under is 48. So Josh is going under 48. That's his lock of the week in Kentucky and Georgia. I'm gonna go the over. You guys probably won't like this, but we're going with it anyway. I'm going the over in LSU, Missouri. It's a lot of points. Both teams can score, though. It actually dropped a little bit, though. Taking the over 64.5. A lot of points. LSU haven't been able to stop nobody. Missouri's been putting up points a little bit. LSU's obviously – LSU probably is going to at least put up 35. Missouri's going to at least – I see Missouri – Missouri should compete too. I think I had the final score 48-35 in that game. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, especially if Missouri keeps it competitive.
There you go, bud.
Excuse me, keeps it competitive. So that's why I'm going for.
I think we need to think on the same page. I was thinking minimum they score 35-38. LSU does. I think they can score a whole lot more than that.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's about wrap it up. Josh won't be back next week. Congrats on the baby being on the way. How about that?
Little Gator fan.
Yeah, I highly doubt that one. But yeah, we'll be back next week. Won't do the NFL show tonight. We've got a lot of things to do tomorrow, so it's going to be too late to do the NFL show. But we got an upset of the week in the chat. I apologize. Upset of the week. Taylor Sharp says Oklahoma over Texas by 3. Yeah, that's an upset. I say that's Oklahoma's been pretty. We'll see. Texas has been good.
I hate Texas. I'll be.
He would love to see it. Bryson would love to see it. He's rooting.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I love to see it, but I take him in the picks. I hate to say it. Texas was playing good, man. These past 3 or 4 games, they've been playing good.
They played the last couple. They had Kansas.
They have it. They have it, but still
Baylor without a quarterback.
No, don't get me wrong. I would absolutely love to see Texas lose this game. I don't think it's going to happen.
Obviously, Oklahoma's got the decent quarterback over there. They might not be able to run the ball on Texas like they usually do, but like they have been running the ball. So we'll have to see. But, yeah, appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you like, subscribe on Apple Podcasts or whatever you do there. Follow, download, whatever. Make sure you follow and download on Spotify. Like, subscribe on YouTube. We are doing our Mulligan's Limited. We are filming a video this weekend. So
yeah, so
hopefully.
If you watch Mulligan's Limited, we got a banger of a video coming out into this week, or filming this. I'm sorry, not coming out into this week.
I'm going to try to
filming. We are filming a banger Sunday, a 2v2, the perfect combo versus Moody's Tires. It's going to be a hell of a match.
Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a match. So make sure you check that out and check out the NFL show as well. We'll be back with that next week. It's all on YouTube and Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
And shout out to the guy in Kroger. I don't know who you were, but you saw me. Preston, did I tell you about that? Some random guy spotted me in Kroger from YouTube. I was like, I don't know who you are, but I gave him a fist bump to appreciate support. So it was. I was shell shocked.
Yeah.
I called Chris. I called Pat. I said, look, I'm about to put my 2 weeks in Monday. I'm about to start filming. If it's going to be easy like this, you know what I'm saying?
You stupid. You're so stupid. But yeah, appreciate everybody watching, and peace. All right, that's the end of the podcast. So I'm gonna cut it there. But if you did watch the live stream, appreciate it. Like I said, we won't be live for the NFL, but yeah, be back next week. Hopefully Wednesday night again. So make sure you come Wednesday night and check it out. Deuces.
Peace.